What's up, everybody? Welcome into Trainer Talk Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good week so far and a great day today. If you're in our area, Indianapolis here, we got some sunshine here. It's been pretty great lately. So hopefully you guys are enjoying some of this sunshine out there if you can.
Up, guys, welcome into your weekly dose of Trainer Talk Tuesday. Today we wanted to give you guys some background insight on what to look for if you are wanting to hire a personal trainer. So whether you're wanting to hire a professional now or sometime in the future, these are some key points that you should consider before you actually make that jump, guys. So we're going to get right into it. The first one here is probably the most commonly known, and that is credentials, right? So obviously, if you're looking at spending a certain amount of money on a professional every month, or whatever that packaging looks like, then you want to make sure that they are qualified. Now, I will say that most people in the industry, or even outside of the industry, look for certifications. And we're going to get a little bit into that now. Certifications are a big deal in our industry because we are not a licensed industry, although I think it would be beneficial for us to be. It's just not the way that our market is heading right now. So we focus more on certifications. Now the problem with that is that you can pretty much get a certification from anywhere. And so there's hundreds of, I'm not gonna say thousands, but there's hundreds of certifications out there, guys. And not all of them are high quality certifications. In fact, most of them aren't. So if you are looking at a person's certification, there are five, I had to count there, nationally accredited certifications. I don't believe that they've added any more. If they have, you guys can correct me. But those certifications are NASM, NSCA, which is me, he's the first one, ACE, ACE, ACSM, and ISSA. Okay, these are what are nationally accredited, which means that they're going to be of a high quality. And if they have other certifications, most likely they aren't going to mean much in our industry. So go ahead and factor that in. Take note of that, because anybody can go take an online course, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're educated. But to go on further, guys, certifications are not everything in our business. So if your trainer does not have a certification, that is not the end of the world. That doesn't necessarily mean that they aren't qualified. Other things to take into consideration are going to be their education and overall knowledge, right? Did they go to school for this? What type of school? Was it a trade school? Did they go for 4 years? You know, these things are some things that you might want to consider. What is their overall knowledge about the industry, about the body, about training, about, you know, hypertrophy, fat loss, and what is their experience? So how long have they actually been in the business? These things matter too. So certifications aren't just like everything. They're not, you know, if they don't have one or if they don't have an accredited one doesn't necessarily mean that they're a horrible trainer or a bad trainer, right? But these are all things that you should look at collectively before you make your decision.
Yes, guys, definitely check out for those. Don't get hung up on the certification portion. Now, it is important. I know a lot of it is about social status as well for a lot of people. They want to know, hey, that my trainer is educated. They went to such and such university. That is a big thing for certain clientele, depending on what market you're working in. But that overall experience can do a lot for an individual, and it's going to mean a lot regardless of that certification or not. Because even if you get with a trainer with a nice, you know, fancy education and he has a certification and he's qualified to train you, but he has no experience, then you're still not going to get that experience that you're going to be looking for, where you want to make sure that that trainer is suitable to help you meet your goals. So definitely want to make sure that your trainer has that experience. They are educated to some degree, and you can educate yourself over time. I know a lot of terrific people out there all over Instagram and social media itself who have just been living a healthier lifestyle and learning as they go. And even though we're college educated and certified when it comes to our experience in this, well, at least at the beginning, we've been learning every year. We talk to you guys about that, like the way we eat, the way we train, and obviously the industry is always advancing and evolving itself, so you gotta stay up to date and try to stay, current with everything.
Continued education,
Continue
guys.
to, so staying current, but making sure that they at least have some knowledge and some experience in the game along with that certification. I would say when it comes to the credentials portion, that should be what you want to see. How many success stories and so on does that person have? But moving on to number 2 here, and this kind of fits with number 1, and that's going to be that trainer's lifestyle. Is that trainer in shape? Does that trainer eat well? Do they practice what they preach? Now, I'm a very big advocate of this, and I know this can be a little controversial because there are some trainers who I even see on social media who don't necessarily look the part, but they got some damn good programs, and I can see their clients are getting tremendous results. But if you're not probably those trainers themselves are probably already experienced and their credentials are high and they got a lot of just, like a strong reputation within the area or within the industry, then yeah, they're going to be successful. But early on, you definitely want to make sure you yourself, if I'm talking to you aspiring trainers or you new trainers to the industry, make sure that you're practicing what you preach and you're looking the part. Make sure that you're actually showing people that, hey, this is something that you could aspire to.
Yep, guys, for me personally, I think this is, a huge preference. As Nate mentioned, there are trainers who are overweight. This isn't something that I personally agree with, but there are trainers who are overweight who are more educated and are better suited to help a client than people who are in tremendous shape themselves. So it's kind of a tricky one, guys. Personally, for me, if I'm looking to lose weight or live a healthier lifestyle, I want someone who's doing that, at a higher magnitude than I am, and that's just something to consider and, factor in with these other things. But yeah, definitely you should want to have a trainer that if they're telling you you should eat a certain way or you should work out this many times a week, if they're recommending these things to you, then at the very least they should be doing the things that they are recommending to all their clients. If they're not working out at all and they're telling you to work out 5 times a week, that is something that I would consider a red flag. So keep that in mind, guys. We're going to move on to number 3, which is a huge one, might be one of the biggest ones here, which is going to be, what is that trainer's reviews, recommendations, and what results do they provide? So do not be mistaken when you are going on your search to hire a personal trainer. You're doing just that. You are searching and you are hiring, which means you are in control. And you have every right to ask these questions of, past clients, what results they have gotten. Do they have written recommendations? Do they have reviews on Google, on Facebook, on Yelp? These things matter because word of mouth is huge in our industry. And I know if you guys, go to a restaurant or anything like that you haven't been before, the number one thing that we tend to do is to read the reviews ahead of time. Why? Because you don't want to waste your time. If you go to a restaurant, there's reviews saying that the kitchen's dirty and my food, wasn't prepared well, it wasn't cooked all the way, I saw an employee not wash their hands or whatever. If there's consistent negative reviews, then you're going to most likely not visit that restaurant. The same applies to us, guys. You want to make sure that your trainer has outstanding reviews, recommendations, and can prove their results. If they cannot do that, then again, that should be a red flag to you. Now, if it's someone who is just starting out in the industry and they don't have, years of reviews or recommendations or results to give you, and that kind of goes back to their credentials. What are their certifications? Did they go to school? If they're educated, what did their instructor have to say about them? So maybe they can give you a written recommendation from their trainer, from their instructor, from their teacher, and even show you their grades, their certifications to prove to you that they took this seriously. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, I mean, you pretty much covered. I'm glad you tied it back to the credentials for people that are new who may not have to show you, but hey, that doesn't mean that they don't deserve a chance. But moving on to number 4 here, guys, is going to be something that is very, very big for all of us, and that's going to be the price. Now, I know some of us need that price to be very budget friendly for us. I know we all don't have those funds to work with, but just like when you go and you're looking for to get some type of procedure, or you want to go and get your body adjusted or anything of that nature, or hey, even with the food, you want to make sure that that price that you're paying, that premium, is going to allow you to get what you're going to get. So you don't want to necessarily pay low end and then get a terrible experience. And I'm not telling you to necessarily pay high if that's what you can't do. There are good trainers at all levels, but do expect that when you are paying that more of a premium dollar, there should be more of a premium experience. So that pricing portion is going to be different for a little bit of all of us, but I would tell you, like I tell everyone else, this is your health. This is an investment in yourself. We take all of this time and all this energy. I know a lot of people don't even sign up with a trainer or feel they can't, or even sign up for a gym membership because they're too busy trying to juggle all these different things on their plate. They're a mother, they're a father, they're husbands, wives, they got kids, they have a job, they're trying to start a business, they're taking classes to start their business. So they feel like they don't have the time to do it necessarily, but I always tell them, if you take a little bit of time away from doing those things and put it to yourself, it's only going to make you better at being able to perform and do all those things that you feel like you have been called to do, to be a better parent and a leader for your family and your children, to go to work and perform and meet those quotas so that you can get that big bonus every year, get that job promotion, have your brain snappier, able to process information faster so you can pass those tests and actually get that degree so you can start that business or anything of that nature. The better you feel, the healthier you are, the better you're going to be. So guys, take care of yourselves, understand that that's an investment in you, and you should want to be able to put something into it and know that you're going to get a great return.
Yep, guys, you get what you pay for.
Simple as that.
So don't look for shortcuts when it comes to your health. If you are searching for extreme discounts and that trainer is willing to do that, that means one of two things typically. They're not a high-end quality trainer, and so that's why they can meet you at those low-end prices because they are a low-end trainer. Or maybe they're a high-end trainer, the potential for a high-end trainer, I'll say that. Maybe they're somebody that has the potential to be a high-end trainer, but they lack confidence in themselves, and so they don't charge what they're worth. And then that also proposes a problem because how can you have confidence in trusting an individual with your health if they don't have confidence in themselves and what they can provide for you? So again, guys, red flags, you get what you pay for. One of the main things that my trainer taught me when I was in school that will always stick to me, when we were in class, he asked all the students a question. It was very simple. He said, what in this area, so guys, you also have to take into consideration the price in the area. That's going to be different, right? Here in Indianapolis, our pricing is going to look very different from a trainer in New York, okay, or California. So keep that in mind and do your research on what's normal in your area. But back to my trainer, he asked us all, what is a good price to charge for this area? Like, what should a trainer charge right here? I was in Tampa, Florida at that time. And you know, all these students are yelling out these different numbers, 60 an hour, 75 an hour, 80 an hour, 90 an hour, right? And he just laughs and he shook his head and he said, no, you are worth whatever someone is willing to pay for you. And that stuck with me. That stuck with me for a long time. And it's true, guys. So really speaking to my trainers out there or people who are aspiring to be a trainer, you are worth whatever someone else is willing to pay for you. And if that going rate is 60 an hour, great. If it's $100 an hour, great. But that all goes back to these other things, right? You have to live up to that price. You have to provide that quality of service to be able to charge a certain amount. And your consumers will decide if you're worth it or not. So keep that in mind, guys. Price does matter. You don't want someone who's too high for the area or too high for what they're giving you as far as services are concerned. And you definitely don't want them too low either, where you're not going to be able to expect a lot from them. Usually trainers who are charging less, they don't understand the body well. They give you very cookie cutter programs. They can't work around injuries. They don't know how to provide modifications. And this kind of goes back to like the lifestyle. You know, there's a lot of people who look good. And like on the outside, you think, man, he or she, like, they really know what they're talking about. They can help me. And although they can work out themselves, they can't take you through a workout that's high quality. They know how to train themselves, but they don't know how to train you. And that's a big thing, guys, that you have to be aware of, and the price is going to reflect that. Those people that are able to train themselves, but they can't train someone else that comes in with, you know, someone who had like recent shoulder surgery or has had limitations with their knee or anything like this, right? Or just is, you know, an elder and they have limited range of motion, they're not going to be able to help those people. They can only help typically the young folks who are in relatively good shape, that it doesn't matter if they move properly or not because they're young and their body will rebound quickly, right? So these are things to take into consideration. Watch them. Ask if you can sit in on another person's session so you can see how they train, how they communicate, you know, what does the person's form look like? What, you know, how engaged or focused are they throughout the session? Are they on their phone a lot? Are they, you know, daydreaming, looking away? So do that, guys. Ask to sit in. The price will reflect that. You will notice at higher end prices, more times than not, that person is going to be engaged, they're going to be focused, and they're going to be ready to be there for you, and they're, you know, very attentive to detail, and that session is all about you as it should be. So guys, yep, keep that in mind. And we're going into number 5, which I kind of touched base on, which is going to be their specialty, right? So if you are wanting to compete in a bodybuilder show, you're probably not going to come to Nate or myself. We don't look like bodybuilders. We're not bodybuilders. We've never done a bodybuilding or physique show. But if you're looking to lose fat, if you're looking to find healing, if you're looking to live an overall healthier lifestyle, if you're looking for a safe place, to know that you're going to be taken care of, to know that you're not going to be, you know, injured, or that the injuries that you already have are not going to get worse, or they're actually going to improve, all right, then we're probably the trainers for you. So what you're wanting to accomplish should be a direct reflection of who you're hiring. Because there's great trainers out there, but they only specialize in one area. So if that's not what you want to accomplish, then you might be better suited somewhere else with someone that has that specialty. So guys, just keep that in mind. That really goes back to you knowing yourself and your goals and what you want to accomplish, and defining those first before you go and hire somebody else.
Yeah, not much more to say on that one. I figured that was going to be the fastest one. Like, again, whatever goal you may have in mind for yourself, whether you are looking to gain weight and put on muscle, you're looking to lose it, you're training for some competition, you want to prepare for some season in athletics, no matter what that is, you definitely want to look for someone that is much more up that alley, that specializes in that, and then follow through with all the credentials, the lifestyle, the reviews and recommendations, and tie all of those things back together. And the last one here is going to be by far the most important one, regardless of the first 5 we already mentioned, and that's going to be overall compatibility. Great trainers may not be good for you. You know what that means? That means that just because that trainer is great and he is certified and or qualified and he has great reviews and recommendations, his energy or his personality may not mesh well with yours. And I don't know about you, Larissa done had a few herself, but her and her clients are like this. Me and my clients vibe a little different, where literally they just in here training and it's not much back and forth. And her clients like it that way. Larissa is very knowledgeable and she's attentive, so she's taking care of them. But there's not a lot going on. Meanwhile, on the other side of the gym, me and my clients are over having a party. It seems we're loud.
They're cracking jokes.
Yeah, we're cracking jokes and we're running our mouths. But, we know and we have an understanding that this is about a lot more than fitness for people when it comes in. What we try to provide is, that mom and pop type feel where we want it to be a safe experience, where you know that you're going to be cared for, we're going to look out for you, we're going to still help you achieve those goals, but we're going to meet you at a pace that's suitable for you, and we want to make sure that we can connect with you on things that's a lot more deeper than what we're just doing in the gym, because that connection is what's going to allow you to A, trust us, and then B, for me to get the most out of you. Because if you can trust me and know that I'm going to take care of you, or that we're going to take care of you, then that means that anything that I ask you to do, the things I lay out for you, you're going to follow those things to a T because you can believe in them. So you want to make sure that person that you're signing up with, ultimately at the end of the day, is someone that you like to be around and you want to be around, and someone that you want to work hard for, because it's going to require a lot of that, and the more that you can connect with that person, the easier it's going to make that experience, because no matter how it is going to be a tough journey depending on where you're coming from and starting and where you're trying to get to. So making sure that you're connecting and you're compatible with the person that you're seeing 3, 4, 5 times out of the week, 30, 45 minutes to an hour each session, is someone that you're going to want to enjoy being around, so that experience stays fresh and fun.
Yep. I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. If you have a house gathering and your trainer isn't someone that you want to invite over to your home,
we get a lot of invites.
Yeah.
Sorry we couldn't make everything.
Just to throw that in there.
Yeah, we get a lot of invites. Sorry we couldn't make everything for all of y'all. Know, hey, I invited you for this and you guys didn't come.
That's
understand.
me. That's guys, it's me.
Yeah, just understand. Well, we got kids now too, and we were starting a business this last 5 years, but we have been able to help all of you in such a great way, and I feel like all of you who we got to work with in the past and maybe we'll work with in the future feels good about that experience.
Yeah, guys. So, your trainer should be your friend to some extent. You should
Absolutely.
want to invite them over, or even if you don't invite them over to your house, like we've been invited to go over to like their kids, lacrosse games or volleyball games and weddings, yeah. Baby showers, like they should be an intricate part of your life. And I think that's really why Nate and I are different, is because we're not just your trainers, we're your friends, we're your family. And we look at you guys like that, and we know that you guys feel the same way about us, and that really goes to that compatibility, that this is so much more than just working out a couple of days out of the week. This is so much greater than that. I mean, we have clients, do they get results? Absolutely. But they come here a lot of times, and this is like their safe place to vent. This is like the only place that they can come and really feel comfortable communicating with us and telling us what's really going on at home or what's really going on at work. This is their outlet. And guys, if you can't trust your trainer to be your outlet, to be your safe place, then that is something that you need to consider. This is, like I said, so much more than working out. This is far greater than just a gym. This is, more than all of that. This is, really making connections that can last a lifetime, and, helping each other and growing with each other. Because just as much as I've helped so many people reach their goals when it comes to their overall health and fitness, my clients have touched me. They have helped me become a better person, to become a better trainer, to become a better friend, become a better mother, better business owner. Like, Nate and I pick our clients' brains all the time when it comes to business, all the time. And they pick our brains when it comes to health and fitness, wellness. So it's an even exchange of just growing as individuals and bettering yourself.
Yep. It's like a therapy session. That's how I always talk about it. It's like there's a lot of things that's going on, and again, that goes back to the actual being able to meet those goals, because there's so many things that need to be addressed even before the physical changes can start to occur, because there are things that you may have not, felt good enough to speak about or confident enough to speak about to someone else. And yeah, we're not therapists by all means, but it is a big part of what we do when we talk about being very compatible, being able to connect, because there are a lot of things that aren't necessarily on a surface level that will be addressed, and you will want to make sure that you're able to share and address those things with your trainer, and that if they don't give you great advice back, at least they can be a good ear for you so they can listen. So, guys, those are 6 things that you should look out for when you're hiring a personal trainer. Hopefully those things rung true to you, it made some sense, and hopefully when you go and you purchase a trainer in the future, or, tomorrow, I guess that is still the future, I guess, huh? But hopefully you guys take these things
Right
into consideration, that compatibility, specialty, credentials, lifestyle, and reviews, and then that overall price for that trainer is something that you guys really do some research on, so that you can make sure you get the best experience for yourself and you're able to meet those goals. And also, we would like for those people to be us. So, guys, check it out, do some research, really commit yourselves to the journey, and let's change it all around 2021. Let's have a much better year than 2020, and then going forward, let's just continue to roll this positive trend.
Yeah, guys, and if you are on the market to hire a personal trainer, as Nate mentioned just now, we would love to be those trainers for you. And the way that we really provide you an experience so you can learn more about us is with a complimentary consultation. So, if you're on the fence about it, guys, completely free, no strings attached, come pick Nate and I's brain, come learn about all these things that we mentioned when it comes to us personally and how we can suit you, how we can help you, and then ultimately you decide. You decide if we are a good fit or not the other way around. You guys are in control, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and message us directly. We would love to schedule a complimentary consultation with you today. So I think that's all, guys. We love you so much. Make sure to join us tonight right here on our Facebook page, live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our beginners training circuit. Completely free workout, guys. We love providing this for you. So even if you don't want to hire us, or you can't hire us right now, that is available for you, where you can still utilize our services for absolutely free. So make sure to join us, guys, 6:30 p.m. We love you guys, and as always, never give up.
Never lose hope.
Never settle.
All right, guys, have a tremendous rest of your day, and hopefully we see you back here tonight.